For just about every entrepreneur out there, there's this big dream, right? It's that vision you have of your product, your brand, everything you've worked so hard for finally hitting the international stage. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, going global. But what does that journey really look like? No, seriously, just for a second, picture it. Imagine your product sitting on a shelf in some busy mall in, say, Dubai, or maybe your software being used by a team halfway across the planet. It feels good, doesn't it? It's such a powerful thought. But let's be real, for most of us, that's all it ever is, just an idea. Yeah, because there's the dream, and then there's the cold, hard reality. The dream, that's the fun part, right? We're talking global reach, bigger profits, becoming a household name internationally. But the reality? Oh, that's a whole different story. It's this massive wall of confusing regulations, trying to find actual buyers who are serious, and dealing with logistics that are just overwhelming. It feels like an impossible puzzle. All right, so let's break down that wall of complexity a bit more. What are the actual barriers that are stopping so many amazing entrepreneurs from making that jump? Well, it really boils down to a few key things that just feel impossible when you're on your own. For starters, you've got to figure out all the local rules and regulations in a country you've probably never even been to. Then there's the whole logistics puzzle. I mean, how do you physically get your stuff there in one piece and on time? And maybe the biggest one of all, how do you find real, genuine buyers, not just people wasting your time? And we haven't even touched on getting financial insights or getting anyone to even notice you, let alone building a brand that people in a completely different culture will trust. Honestly, each one of those is a full-time job. But what if there was a kind of shortcut, a strategic gateway, a place that actually wants your business and is making it easier for you to get there? Well, for a lot of people, that place is the UAE. I mean, think about it. It's perfectly located between the East and West. It has incredible infrastructure, and the government is super pro-business. It's become this huge central hub for global trade. And here's where it gets really interesting. Governments are actually stepping in to help open these doors. A perfect example is something called the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, or CEPA, between the UAE and Vietnam. Now, this isn't just some boring government document. It's a total game changer. It means lower taxes on goods, simpler trade rules. Basically, it's a huge green light for entrepreneurs, creating a real platform for growth. Okay, so the door is unlocked, but you still need a map to find your way through, right? That's where this idea of an expansion playbook comes in. It's basically a structured, step-by-step guide that takes all the guesswork out of going global. And check this out. This is what that playbook actually looks like in practice. It's a complete end-to-end support system. And look where it starts. Step 1, personal meetings with real buyers. That's the most important part. Then it walks you through all the nitty-gritty stuff, setting up the business, getting legal advice, even handling your sales and marketing over there in the Gulf and Africa. It can help you find office space, hire people, all with someone guiding you personally. It takes this incredibly chaotic process and just lays it out in simple, clear steps. So now that we have a clear path, what about the opportunities themselves? Like, what are people actually buying? What's in high demand over there? Well, if we stick with the Vietnam example, you've got things with a really strong identity, like their amazing coffee. There's a huge demand for that. Then you have things like high-quality textiles and apparel. Unique designs and craftsmanship can really find a new home and a new audience there. And of course, there's always a huge appetite for luxury items, which opens up massive opportunities for products like gems and fine jewelry. But it's not just physical goods. The demand for things like IT solutions and other tech services is absolutely exploding. So it's a huge door for innovators and tech companies too. And really, this is just scratching the surface. And the ambition behind this is just massive. We're not talking about helping a handful of businesses here and there. The CEO behind this, Mohammed Samir, has a mission to get 10,000 brands from places like Vietnam and Australia ready for global expansion. 10,000. That number alone just shows you the sheer scale of the opportunity we're talking about. But here's the thing. You can have all the opportunities and services in the world, but they don't mean a thing if you don't have the right person guiding you. This is where we shift from the what to the who, because that human element, it's absolutely crucial. And this quote from the CEO, Mohammed Samir, just nails it. He says, "Every business has global potential, if guided with the right roadmap at the right time and with the right support." See? That right there tells you everything. It's not just about selling a service, it's about mentorship. And that guidance comes from real hands-on experience. We're talking about someone who's advised on multi-million-dollar projects in places like South Korea and Indonesia, personally mentored hundreds of entrepreneurs into new markets, and even developed the very frameworks that connect businesses with buyers. That's the kind of street cred that actually makes a difference. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Going global isn't about just buying a package of services or ticking off boxes on a list. It's about finding a real strategic partner, someone who's in it with you, offering not just help with logistics, but real mentorship. That is the key to making that dream a reality. Which, brings everything right back to you. We've talked about the dream, we've talked about the scary reality, but we've also looked at a real playbook for success. So I guess the only question left is, what's the first step you're going to take to make your global idea happen?